Well, good rainy morning. I'm looking at the front door. I'm up here on the wine bar mezzanine and looking outside, and so glad to see rain. What is it? It's about 8 in the morning right now. Got here at 6:30 to make bread for a particular event that happens later today. And trying to keep warm, but it's a nice, warm, cozy feeling in here, and it is certainly the feeling of holidays around here too, because the stack of obligations, fun obligations, is building. There's a lot of paperwork all over my office floor and on my desk, and I hope I don't screw something up. It is the time of year to try to make absolutely everybody happy. We in retail work very hard at this time of the year, and we do not mind. Make hay while the sun shines, they say. So this is our this is our time, our very make or break kind of time. So I'm happy to have too much to do. It's great. It's worth getting up in the morning for to make sure all of your holidays go right. And let's see, what do we have to do? By this Tuesday, we have to have built about 50 gift baskets for one particular client. Yes, you know we do that. If you would like an assembly of fantastic foods and wines, all packaged up in one beautiful presentation, we can do a gift basket for you and yours. So happy to do that. We're waiting. The operators are standing by, and we can take your order for that kind of thing. We can make a basket any way you'd like. You know, just say, hey, I'd like to spend $100, $200, $75, whatever. Could you put this in, or just say, hey, have at it. This person likes California Cabernet. This person likes French stuff. So we can make it special. You can help us create a custom basket for your loved one. How about that? So there's the basket thing. That's happening. There's this Sunday's event, which is why this beautiful bottle of wine is sitting up here to remind me to tell you about. This event is not quite sold out. I think we have about 6 seats left, and I want to fill them up because everybody who comes will be tasting fantastic wines from all over the world. I truly believe the greatest wine events are not where you're tasting all one variety across 12 different wines, but where everything is different. White, red, bubbles. But this particular event, the best wines of 2022, means to show you fantastic examples of whatever we are pouring, like a terrific Greek Assyrtiko, like fantastic champagne, like beautiful red Burgundy, and no doubt a terrific white Burgundy as well. And then we'll jump over to Napa. We'll have a great wine from there. Maybe Washington State, maybe Santa Barbara County. And then back over the pond, and we'll go to Italy and Spain. I have a Rioja lined up for you that is aged for 10 years before it gets into a bottle. Aged for 10 years, did you hear that? Before it gets into a bottle. Really good stuff. I'm buying it particularly for this event. It's coming in tomorrow. We'll uncork it, decant it a little bit, and serve that beautiful wine to you on Sunday if you're among the lucky few to still grab seats. So I'm just saying, Best Wines of 22 event is this Sunday. Go to thewinestore.com, sign up now. Do not order a cheese platter, however, because this event will include your ability, your very welcome act of getting up and filling a plate full of good cheese and charcuterie and other goodies. I'll bake bread for this as well. But this time, there's no extra charge for that. We're folding it into the cost of this fantastic event, and you will be able to get up anytime you'd like and replenish and enjoy wonderful cheeses and meats along with these amazing wines. I cannot wait to share them with you. We're gonna range from maybe $25 to maybe $125 in price on these bottles. At the Wine Steward, we do sell some things that cost more than that, of course, but I'd like to keep things somewhat obtainable, and I do think you can have a greatest example of, let's say, a Morgon from Beaujolais, France, that costs only $25. You know, it's all about also finding you value. So consider this Sunday's event, grab those final seats. There's an event, one Sunday thence, I think that's the right word. So 1 day after, or 1 week after this Sunday's Greatest Wines of 22 event is the long-awaited, much anticipated. People have been begging me, sign me up, sign me up. I know you haven't put it on the website. They've been saying, can we please get into the Charles Neal Champagne event? Well, as of right now, I have put that event as available on thewinesteward.com. So now you can sign up, all right? I am saving those of you who have already emailed me seats and putting the appropriate amount of remaining seats as available on the website. So if you already emailed me. I just emailed you back today and said, okay, I'm saving you seats. I would prefer that you go to thewinesteward.com to sign up. But in case that fills up, it's still not full. For those of you, Dale, you know who you are, and so on. So anyway, that event is now available. So that's on Sunday, the 11th at 5 p.m. Charles Neal, the intrepid importer, the great finder of grower champagnes, will come and show about 6 different champagnes and then a good 6 or so other fantastic French wines from elsewhere, the Rhone and Burgundy and so on. So what a great night of diversity happens even then. Tom Switzer will be along with him, and he will no doubt prepare something fancy and delicious in the kitchen. And if I have it in me, if I have any energy left in this holiday season, I'll be making my gougères, and we'll talk about what those are later. At any rate, consider this Sunday's event. If you would rather go to the Charles Neal event, or both, the Charles Neal event does have a cheese platter available for sale. So if you want some cheese and meat to go along, that's when you order a platter for that particular event. All right? Lots to tell you. What else is going on? Okay, wine bar menu. I want to tell you about the wine bar menu we actually created yesterday, which was Wednesday, but we're starting a little early during the holiday season with this wine bar menu, which consists of a white flight, a red flight, the ability to buy wines by the glass, a different sparkling wine every week. And so that commenced yesterday, but it is suspended as of tonight. Why? Because one of our absolute favorite people, a person who's been a customer and supporter of the Wine Steward for many a year, is retiring. And he is bringing 100 of his friends into this store. We're going to use both levels of it for a tasting party. There will be different tasting stations. And he and his will be able to roam and taste great wines from all over the place and eat good food. Brava Garden will be catering for it and so on. So yes, we do this. If you would like to have a grand party that fills up more than just our mezzanine up here and spills over to down there, we can put this on for you. Our good friend Jerry is worth it. Happy retirement, Jerry. To the rest of you, we apologize for closing the entire store as of 5 o'clock this evening. So the wine bar will be open until, let's say, last call's at 4:30, and then unfortunately we are closing down, unfortunately for the rest of you, that is, not for Jerry and his peeps. We're closing at 5 today. This is Thursday, okay? Today, Thursday, we close at 5 p.m. We reopen tomorrow, and we'll have the wine bar menu working once more. So anticipate that. And let's tell you perhaps about a few, actually, before we get into the wine bar thing, let's show you what Dawn and Kathy have been finding lately. Let's show you this strange looking thing. Let's put this up here. It's very heavy. This is half of a really, really big wheel of something called Panforte. And Dawn got into it yesterday and wrapped up beautiful pieces of this stuff. Can't see it too well, can you? This is Panforte. Panforte is kind of a cake made out of fruit and honey and nuts, and it is delicious. And it may be one of those things that you only have during the holidays, and it is one of those things that we only carry during the holidays, but it's one of those special additions to your big cheese platter that you're certainly gonna do for your parties. When you come into the Wine Steward and buy cheese and meat to take home and impress your guests with, now you can also find some of this, and you cut it up into little cubes, little like sweet, tasty things. It's just a very holiday thing, especially in Italy, but we get these directly from Italy. This is Panforte. You can buy this too if you want. That would really impress them. What else happens only at this time of the year? Well, of course, panettone. There's the P-A-N word again. Panettone. We only get a dozen of these this time. I know, they were, it's highly allocated panettone. But remember last year when we had all these beautiful ones down there and you bought us out? I couldn't believe it. I thought they were crazy for bringing in so many. We couldn't get that many this year. I don't know if there's a panettone shortage or supply chain issue or whatever, but we have some. This is just to tell you it's here now, will not be here forever. And panettone is delicious on its own. Just slice it up and enjoy that, or slightly toast it, or it's the best damn French toast you will ever have if you make it out of panettone, a treat, another Italian treat. I have one other wine, or one other product to show you. This is chorizo, and you know we've carried chorizo over the years, and I have officially declared as of yesterday when Dawn brought me a sample of this to be my favorite so far. Just 2 months ago, I was in Rioja, Spain, and one of our favorite producers of Rioja, Bodegas Viñas Santurnia, took us up into their vineyard and served us beautiful Manchego cheese and Rioja chorizo. Why is it called Rioja chorizo? Because every region of Spain has a slightly different recipe for their chorizo, which is basically Spanish salami, but frankly better. And it's got the typical addition of paprika or pimenton in it as well. And whereas I'm proud of the other ones that we carry, as of yesterday, I think this is my fave. So try this very real, delicious tasting Rioja chorizo, okay? It's in the cooler down there as of right now. It got here yesterday and it's already on display. Now to that wine bar thing, that thing that's not happening after 5 o'clock today, but does resume tomorrow. Let's just rapidly show you what beautiful things are happening. Here first is a Cremant de Loire. As you know, we do a different sparkling wine every week, and that's got a shadow on it, so I'll just hold it like that. This is going to be made of 50% Chenin Blanc, which as you know is the best grape in the world, and 50% Chardonnay from the Loire Valley, and it is made just like champagne. In other words, the second fermentation occurs in individual bottles, so it's the pain in the ass way of making great sparkling wine, but it's worth it. The wine feels better in your mouth, and anyway, this is really good. Mid-20s, great price for a champagne alternative. Vigneault. Now we're going to do a white flight that takes you all over the place and perhaps introduces you to things that are not immediately familiar. So first, we're going to ease you into the unfamiliar with something that you've probably heard of called Pinot Blanc. So Pinot Blanc, as made by Charles Frey, or Fry, probably a relative of mine, because his people came from Switzerland to Alsace, and apparently so did mine before some of mine got over here. At any rate, Charles Frey, Pinot Blanc, nice and dry Pinot Blanc. Bracing, clean. It's like kind of licking a rock, as if you would want to do that, but it's minerally delicious. And hey, when's the last time you had a good Arnaise? Maybe you've never had a good Arnaise. Not all of them are very good, but this is a good Arnaise, very representative. Arnaise is you could say the primary white grape of Piemonte, Italy. Grows next to Barolo and Barbaresco. So where those Nebbiolos aren't growing, maybe they're growing Arnaise. Arnaise, refreshing, lush, very good. And hey, this is cool. This is a Savagnin. What did Jim say? He did not say Sauvignon. We are now saying Savagnin. See, can you see that word on there? This is Savagnin Blanc. Not the same as Sauvignon Blanc. Nowhere near the same. In fact, shoot, I don't have this open. That's terrible. I can't demonstrate. At any rate, this comes from a little-known region, not so well known to the casual consumer, but the geeks are into it, called Jura. I don't know if you can see it, but a Jura bottle typically has their name proudly emblazoned in the glass, or I don't think emblazoned is the right word, but you know what I mean. And then it's on the label as here too, Côte de Jura. So that's east of Burgundy on the way to Switzerland, a little region that you don't hear much about, but Savagnin is its main grape. You don't hear much about that either. Savagnin, like unknown, but super vital to we who love wine, because it is the parent of so many more familiar grapes. Like, I think it's one of the parents. There have to be two parents for a grape. Two grapes get together out there in nature and make a baby, and it's a new grape variety all of a sudden. So hundreds and hundreds of years ago, if not thousands, that's how grape varieties were born. And then we're smart enough now to also do this in a lab and say, maybe if we put this one and this one together, we get the attributes of each. It doesn't always work, but Savagnin was naturally getting together with some other grape and making beautiful things like Pinot Noir and so on. But little old Savagnin, you'd never even heard of that, right? So it's kind of cool that you finally get to have one. It's a little like white Burgundy. It's cool stuff. Savagnin. And oh, this is cool too. Fun to say. I was suggesting on the menu that you might want to name your next child Malaguzia. Wouldn't that be cute? No? At any rate, that's the name of this grape from Greece, okay? So Malaguzia might sound weird. It's delicious. Give it a shot. Now, this looks scary. We've had it on the wine bar before, and people say, I can't get over that spider. I think it's cool. At any rate, this is another thing that a lot of things people are afraid of. In fact, it's called Riesling, but this is a gentleman who trained in the Mosel region of Germany and came back to the Willamette Valley of Oregon to make a beautiful Riesling. It is bone dry. It is well behaved. It's not very petrol-y or diesel-y as some might be. This is very good, smart Riesling that should make some friends, even though, just think of Charlotte's Web, okay? You know, that was a nice story about a spider. All right, how about this? Boom. This is a Merlot from Washington State. Yes, we dare to offer you a Merlot by the glass this week by Janik, and it is really, really good. We've suggested before that Washington State may just be America's best foot forward with that much maligned grape, and perhaps will do much to recover the reputation of a grape that just was unfairly put down in a little 1 second utterance from the movie Sideways way back in 2004. So isn't it about time, 18 years later, we kind of got over it and tried effing Merlot once again? Try this one, it's quite good. It was opened yesterday, at least this bottle was, and I tried it this morning. It's even better today. It likes a little air. It's good Merlot. It's effing good Merlot. A red flight that goes all over the place, but most of these wines, if not all of them, smell really good in that big fat glass that we like to put in front of you. By the way, we have restocked on perhaps our favorite wine glass in the store. This is sometimes called the New World Pinot Noir glass or the XL or Extreme glass, but this is made by Riedel, and we have them for sale downstairs, and we use them up here, of course, and it's especially good for aromatic reds, and we are certainly serving those to you today. Finally, I found a bottle that has a cork sticking out of it. This is Moulin au Vent. We have talked a lot about Beaujolais this year. And in fact, we'll be pouring a Morgon at that Greatest Wines of 2022 event this Sunday that nobody has seen yet. It's a really good one that we just discovered. But in the meantime, have this Beaujolais from another cru of Beaujolais. That's a neighborhood. A cru is like one of the 10 neighborhoods. Moulin au Vent. That means windmill. There's an old, like 300-year-old windmill in the vineyards here. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like the landmark of this little neighborhood of Beaujolais. This is darker than many of the Beaujolais. It smells more mysterious. It's early, I should be spitting. That's a nice Moulin au Vent and affordable. Low 20s. I'll bet you wine club members get it for right around 20. That's pretty cool. And hey, does this look familiar? Maybe it does because I just had that bottle of 2016 Brunello di Montalcino Reserva that I intend to show you, lucky few, on Sunday. Well, this is its little brother. This is a 2020 Rosso di Montalcino from the same producer, Tenuta di Sesta. And this is fantastic. We just gave it to the World Class Wine Club. We have some left over. I intentionally overbought because I love this wine. For about 30 bucks, $26.99 for wine club members with your discount. This kills it. 100% Sangiovese, has to be by local wine law, and beautiful Sangiovese. Does not try to be dark. Sangiovese is rarely dark. You don't get color out of this grape typically, but man, it makes up for it with nose and flavor. It's a good wine with a ribeye steak too, unbelievably, but it works. Now we go to the south of France. This has been sitting downstairs and we have yet to give it its wine bar debut, so why don't we do that with Gassier this weekend. This is a producer in the Costières de Nîmes region, sub-region of the Rhone Valley, very near the marshes of Camargue, which are adjacent to the Mediterranean. And Nîmes is famous for its amphitheater, old Roman amphitheater in which they still put on rock concerts and such. And also for, did you know this, that the word denim, said like my last name, mine is D-E-N-H-A-M, but the word denim applying to like denim jeans, D-E-N-I-M, actually is derived from the fact that this used to be a very significant port. And boats, used to use sails, of course. Once those sails were kind of wearing out, they would recover those sails and turn them into apparel. They would actually use the sailcloth to make rugged apparel. Denim, get it? How about that? All right, so try a Syrah from there, okay? And our friend Adam Webb just visited and brought us 2 cases of this beautiful Pinot Noir, which we have yet to get on the wine bar. We've carried his Pinot before, we've shown it to you upstairs before, but this is a new single vineyard wine, Clow Ridge Vineyard, from the Anderson Valley. Really beautiful Pinot Noir. One of the stars of the flight, I think. It just smells so good, tastes so good. Good job, Adam. Thank you for this. And then finally, I should get that chorizo Rioja back up here and start chomping on it along with this, because this is in fact a producer with whom we were enjoying a chorizo very, very much like the one we just brought aboard. This is Viña Santurnia. This is one of the great values in Rioja. This is the Reserva wine